Hey everyone, thank you for stopping by Living to Do's review of Married at First Sight, Season 16, Episode 15, called Whiskey No No. Before I get started with the review, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate it and I thank you in advance. In this episode, all the couples were visited by one of the experts. So let's get started with Gina and Clint. We see Gina and Clint in their shared apartment, and Clint is cooking dinner. I guess he's the cook in their little family. And they have a nice catfish po' boy sandwich for dinner. Their energy seems very pleasant. If nothing else, they seem like great roommates. He likes her dog. She likes that he likes her dog. So they get along really good that way. They had a visit from Dr. Pepper, and they discussed some of their needs. And Gina says she needs affirmations like "I'm proud of you," things like that. And Clint says he's looking for something unexpected, like if the home is decorated differently or something different, something he didn't expect. And that would go right with his personality. He's very much a talker. He seems to know everything, so something unexpected seems right up his alley. She asks about what is one true thing that you could say about the other. And Gina said that she likes that he takes time to recognize her needs, like walking the dog, cooking, in fact. She told him that she appreciates him more than he knows. That's vague. Give details on what exactly what you appreciate about him. But I think something maybe more personal. The dog thing is great, but something else. I think she says things like that. She's just a kind of, when it comes to a relationship, to me, it's just very vague and just general because she's just playing her part with a smile, not really putting forth effort into this marriage at all, just to get to the end. And, she will politely say no to him. And Clint just appreciates her being open-minded. She's along for the ride. Now, one thing would be unexpected is a haircut from Gina. To me, Clint looks like he could use a haircut about now. He's been with her, over this whole experiment, it will be 2 months. So they're just shy of that. And it looks like he hasn't had a haircut in that time. And I'm not sure if she's even offered. That's something hair related, she loves everything hair related, and that's something they could do together. Okay, on to the next couple, which is Nicole and Chris. Now, everything looks fine in this relationship. Any bump in the road is going to be Nicole. Little things that she does, like she wants her space sometimes, but she really doesn't want her space. So she needs to be chased. I think what it is, she needs attention. That's what that is. She just needs attention. She says she's not able to process all her feelings, and sometimes she just wants, to sit by herself, but she wants people to get things out of her. Again, more attention. She needs that constant attention and validation. She must have had that as a kid. I don't know if she's an only child. Maybe she had the attention of these older people, but I can see she just needs plenty of attention. That's why she probably talks so much. She thinks that, in her inner core, she doesn't believe that Chris is there to stay. So later she talked to Pastor Cal, and she said to Pastor Cal that Chris didn't pick her. So she's feeling she has insecurities about that. And Dr. Pepper says, well, he did pick you. He described on paper what he wanted, therefore he picked you. And I don't think that really flies. A description could be perfect for two different individuals, and they could be extremely different. When that's one thing, it's something on paper. I like walks on the beach, skydiving. Two people can say the same thing, and they could be very different types of people. And if you went on a date with two people who said that, you could find them to be just polar opposites. Not only that, just what's on paper is not the same as seeing a person, their energy, even their scent. All these things will matter if you connect. Is this person, will they connect to you? Do they like you? There's a lot of different things that play into it. So just saying that he read something about her on paper is just, it's not enough. It really isn't. And I understand why you might be insecure about someone not liking you because they were assigned to you and you weren't chosen by those people. But then in the other case, Chris has never acted like he didn't choose her. He acts like he chose her. He shows up every day. He doesn't seem like he's acting. He's all there. He's present in your life. Girl, you have to appreciate that. That is, that's a rare find. So take care of it, nurture it, because if you lose it, you probably won't find somebody else like that. And you'd be hard pressed to find someone like that. She does say she self-sabotages herself, and she does. She's playing these games, there are these questions in her head, and her mind is playing tricks on her. She needs to take a breath and be present in her life, look around, feel the moment, see, and just enjoy the moment. Chris said in front of Pastor Kel for the first time that he loved her, and he meant it. I mean, that's just great. She should thank her lucky stars. Don't make a big deal of it. I know, you're going to have those second thoughts, but you're in that moment. You're in that house with him. Does he make you feel secure constantly, consistently? Then you got a winner. She did go lingerie shopping with Kirsten because she feels, self-conscious about her body. And they picked out some lingerie, a black little number. To me, that's fine. It looked good on her. Only thing I would say about that, she should pick a brighter color or something, not black. I just don't think. But the style of the lingerie looked nice on her. But maybe not black. Other than that, everything's good over there. So on to the next couple. Okay, the next couple will be Shaquille and Kirsten. Kirsten is FaceTiming Nina, and that is Shaquille's mother. She's FaceTiming him because Shaquille's under a lot of stress, and she's looking for advice from his mother, what she should do. And his mother said straight out, you need to be more supportive. Kirsten believes that Shaq has been communicating with his mother, and we can tell that he has, because she knows right off the bat what is wrong. The support that he's always talking about to Kristen, now his mother is saying the same words. So that's exactly what he's telling his mother, and his mother seems a little peeved by her. I guess she didn't talk to the mother-in-law that much. Like she was, supporting him, but she needs to support him more. And the mother goes, yes, just support him. And the way she looked, even in her face, is like, she's not playing. You're the problem. And I think it's registering in Kirsten's head that even the mom knows she's the issue and she's not putting out that support. And Shaq is hurt. That's it. Bottom line, he's hurt. He even told his mother about this hurt. So everyone knows, the most important people in his life know that he's hurt. And what is Kirsten going to do about it? So they get a talk with Devon Franklin, one of the experts this season. And he's discussing with Shaq if he feels supported. At first, Shaq tried to, say sometimes he was, and Devon said it's a yes or a no, and he said no, he's not feeling supported. Devon Franklin is under the impression that there's unspoken expectations. I didn't think he got that right because Shaquille has told her that he wanted Kirsten to come with him to his the talk or whatever he was doing with his class or schooling that was out of state. And so he's made it clear that he wanted her to go. He made it clear that he was hurt that she didn't do it. So I don't think he had unspoken expectations of Kirsten. Now, Kirsten, I don't know what her expectation. She expects him to do everything basically, and she doesn't want him to have to be told to do it. She wants him to know to do it. Well, he wants her to be invested in what he's doing, like going to these conferences or whatever he has to do. He wants her there for support. What he thinks that her being there would show her the effort that he puts into his schooling, what he's trying to become, and that she would appreciate it more if she was there to see it unfold. And she's saying that, she supports him and she thinks she will support him more over time. Okay, one thing about her supporting him, I think she should, but her having to be there all the time, I don't think that's necessary. If you want her there all the time, you're going to have to compromise. I think it's too much for her to be there all the time if that's not something she wants to do. If she doesn't want to go, watch you at a conference, watch, whatever, hear a lecture, or stay in a hotel room all day. That's okay, that's a lot to ask of someone all the time, especially if you got your own things going on, a job or whatnot. But I think she should show up and support some of the time, maybe a third of the time. You show your effort, your support, physically being there. If you got to be cooped up somewhere like that or travel by car for too long, a third of the time she should really make the effort. Later, they go to whiskey tasting as a group, and Shaquille shared with the group about checking in on friends. They all talked about in on friends. And what we learned about Shaquille was that he had some internal demons and he was battling, and then he needed therapy. He was in therapy to unlearn some bad habits. So he sees the importance on checking in on a friend. Nicole says, Nicole and her 2 cents, she had to add. She told Shaq that he needs to utilize Kirsten as a resource. She just kept talking like she has all the answers. And she's just very, your relationship is going great. I wonder if she would act like this if her relationship wasn't going great. You just because it's going great, you have all the answers for everybody else. She just comes off like that. Even when Chris talks, he doesn't talk like her. His relationship is going good with her, and this is the way he communicates to people. It's not so authoritative. I think when Chris talks to you, you're more receptive into listening to what he has to say, because it's not like I have all the answers type of attitude that I get from Nicole. Something happened and Shaq walked out of the conversation. There was a group of the whole group, the 4 couples were there, and Shaquille walks outside the building, and Kirsten follows. And they had the conversation. He was mad at her. He was mad because she didn't speak up during that conversation with Nicole. I'm not sure he didn't go into detail what he wished she had said, but I guess he didn't feel supported again because she didn't say anything. And apparently he has a lot going on. He is not graduating on time, and I know he's getting his doctorate or something like that, if he doesn't already have it. But he is not going to graduate on time. This is the first I'm hearing it. I don't know if he spoke to Kirsten about this earlier, but that is a big deal. So you can believe the pressure that he's under. And this is something he might have told his mother already, and maybe that's why she looked like she did on the FaceTime, because she knew the pressure. She says he's under a lot of pressure, and that is a lot of pressure. You put in a lot of time in schooling, all that schoolwork, and you're coming up short. I don't know why, if it's a job issue. Was it getting married to Kirsten and going on the honeymoon, not giving all that time that he needed to his schooling? But that is a big deal. And she's like trying to argue that she supports him. Even if it's a phone call, it's support. And he told her, if I get a phone call from you, like for support, when you could be there when I need you, then you can just hang up and we can go our separate ways. He's very serious about this support. They need a more discussion on it, what he does expect from her. She should definitely make the next one, maybe the next two, to show him that she is in his corner. Kirsten keeps saying that she wants him to be more assertive. Now, she was saying this back at the table when they came back in with the group. She always wants him to be more assertive. And I remember when they first got married, and they didn't get to go on their honeymoon right away because he had to leave again for some conference or something he was doing. And he told her, we're not going to the honeymoon right away. We're going to wherever he had to fly to for this thing before we get to go to our honeymoon. Now, I guess that's the assertiveness that she's looking for. I find that interesting. He did do that to her, but the thing is, they were so new. Really, were you really going to go to a honeymoon without your husband? So that would have been weird, but maybe he should keep on that path and talking to her like that, because that's assertive. You're telling her exactly what you want. As far as you're concerned, you're not being unreasonable, and she did what you asked, and everything seemed to work out. She did say playfully that he'd have to make it up to her, but maybe that's what she's looking for. When she told the table that she wanted him to be more assertive, he became more assertive. He told the group that they had consummated their marriage. And apparently she was with the girls last episode and she didn't say anything there. And Jasmine says, oh, we're going to need to talk. I don't know if she's going to get on to her for not telling her the truth, but that's kind of their private business. But that is it for that couple. Let's move on to the last couple. The last couple will be Eris and Jasmine. Eris and Jasmine, they get a visit from Devon Franklin, but they get it separately. Each one of them separately speaks to him first. We see Jasmine speaking with him. And she says she's pretty much at her breaking point. There's 12 days left in this experiment. And with Eris, she finds herself brushing her feelings about him and the relationship under the rug. She brushes her feelings under the rug because she is afraid of the response. He wants her to work on her courage and her confidence. I think she can do that. Now later, Devon Franklin comes back and he speaks with Eris. And he asks some questions to Eris, like, what do you find appealing about Jasmine? And he says her passion. She has different interests. She's a coach. She's a dog breeder. He likes her calming presence. He wants to be more attracted to her. that's the issue. He asked, what he does for a living, and he's like a software engineer or something like that. Eris makes a comment like, if this doesn't work out, his life goes back to normal. Devon Franklin wants him to put the same amount of effort that he does at his job that he loves so much into his relationship with Jasmine. So these are some things that Eris can think about. He looks like he's contemplating what he's saying and might start doing that. He also wants children. He wants a deeper connection. He thinks that he goes deeper, tries to go deeper with Jasmine, and she's very shallow and surface based. And Jasmine had said that she is going deeper. She doesn't have the same type of trauma that Eris has experienced in his life, but she could definitely go deeper about her feelings and the hurt that she feels behind what this guy is doing to her. And of course, Eris wants to be intimate. They go whiskey tasting and line dancing with the group. And we see that Eris is dancing with the instructor. All the couples are dancing together. And Eris, he's not dancing with his wife. He's dancing with an instructor. And poor little Jasmine's on the sidelines watching. And she's embarrassed, and she's had it, and she walks out. She goes, I'm done. That's it. I'm done. I'm out. She walks out of the building out to the street, and I see one of the producers following her. And then Eris ends up going after her and talking to her outside. And she's like, that she's embarrassed by that. That's not how you should behave. And she voiced her displeasure in him, and she was not cool with it at all. And we see her on the phone. I didn't know what she was doing at the moment. Then a car pulls up, so it looks like she called an Uber and left. But he left with her. We see a clip of Eris sleeping on the couch, so I don't know if that was his punishment for treating Jasmine poorly in public or if he always sleeps out there. They talk to Dr. Pepper about the incident, and Jasmine says she's not okay with it, but Eris says that she stormed out and made a scene and he didn't think it was warranted. She should just keep taking what you're dishing out to her. Dr. Pepper asks, do you want to see a possibility with marriage? And Eris says yes. He likes their dating moments. He wished they could have lasted longer. And it looks like Jasmine is in agreement with that. And Dr. Pepper asked Jasmine, what does she need? And she needs a nurturing environment in her home and her relationship. She wants to feel like a wife. And she's always texting him first to see how his day's going. And he never texts her first. And if he does, he'll just say something like, what's up? She doesn't want that. That's not romantic at all. And they agree on giving each other hugs. I guess they did that early in the relationship and it stopped and it just got awkward. He really needs to put in effort. He's all talk. Take the initiative. Take the initiative. Put your arms around her. Dr. Pepper thinks these hugs that they will give each other when they leave the home and then when they meet up again will grow into something. They have 12 days left. I don't know how far they can get. Or if you're going to want to stay with somebody after you spent 2 months with them, they didn't treat you right, and then the last few days they treat you right. Are you willing to say yes on decision day, or do you have enough? You had enough of this mess. She's a beautiful girl, and she deserves to be treated better. Bottom line. And now he regrets. He did to say this to Devon Franklin that he, after the experiment is over, a few months down the line, 6-7 months afterwards, will he wonder if he should have done something differently? Will he miss what he had? That type of thing. That's something to think about. You got 12 days left. I don't know if she will say yes if you treat her good for the next 12 days, I think Jasmine would say yes, because she wants love, she wants romance in her life. But is that the best thing she should do for herself? Is that in her best interest? I don't know. We'll have to see. That's it for now. I know I wanted to say congratulations to Keisha Knight Pulliam and her husband, Brad Johnson. They did have their baby boy, and she is the host of the after party. So congratulations to them. But that is it for now. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate it. And I thank you in advance. But I gotta go because I got living to do. Bye.